I thought I'd do a wee ranking list of the films I can remember seeing in the cinema in the 2010s from worst to best. Enjoy.
Now, I was in to see This Is Us, One Direction film, One Direction in 3D, and
So the worst film I've seen in the 2010s, I own.
I've been waiting for you. I'm sure you've all been wondering what my thoughts are on the new Terminator film, Terminator Genesis. What can I say about it?
That is the worst actual film you've seen in the 2010s. Moving on real fast. I'll be back. Due to time constraints and the fact that it's taken forever to upload a 10-minute video to YouTube, I'm speeding some scenes in this particular video up. I went to see both Michael Bay produced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. They both sucked. Because that's what Batman says to Superman in Dawn of Justice. Do you bleed? You will. I enjoyed Ben Affleck's run as Batman. However, he did star in the absolute worst film to feature Batman in a live-action appearance, The Justice League.
I have this Batman Lego game, which I can't play anymore because my PlayStation 3 is fucked. It's done. And from what I can remember, it's an enjoyable game, but I'm sorry, the Lego Batman movie in 2017 is criminally overrated. Harley Quinn is beautiful, a godsend. In Suicide Squad film, Will Smith is pretty good in the film too, as Deadshot. Apart from that, Suicide Squad sucks.
On this day, 2 years ago, I said this about a particular James Bond film.
Spectre is the worst James Bond movie I've ever seen in my life.
I kind of stand by what I said in that clip. Spectre. The Daniel Craig era hasn't been that great, hasn't it? Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice is a very bad film. In conclusion, in my opinion, the DC Extended Universe has ruined the Batman movie legacy. But Toy Story 3 is still one of the best films I've seen this decade. We're at my top 3 films that I have seen in the cinema of the 2010s. Number 3 is Daniel Craig's third outing as James Bond in Skyfall. I apologize for that. Last year, I rewatched every single James Bond film, and this was below Spectre in my rankings, but looking back again, comparing both films, I think I misjudged that rankings. This is a better film than Spectre. I can't believe I'm doing this. My second best cinema experience of the 2010s was my most anticipated film of the 2010s, The Return of Michael Myers in Halloween. It was just last week, my video for Monday on PMDB videos, I said this was one of the worst Halloween films ever made. That shows you how bad the 2010 films have been that I've seen in the cinema. But I was a bit harsh on Halloween. It's still a very average film, but actually, it is still one of the worst Halloween films ever made. The standards have not been high. So, The Dark Knight Rises, by default, is the greatest film I've seen in the cinema this decade. The weakest entry to the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy is the best film I've seen in the 2010s in cinema.
Just back from a night out. Before I went out tonight, I was in to see the latest Batman film, and it was a hell of a emotional roller coaster ride.
Oh, it just annoys me so much that you have to go onto a laptop to watch me dancing to Michael Jackson, for example.
But then again, WB and pushing Roman Reigns, that doesn't bring in a mass audience either. God, that was a long sleep.